All right, let's jump right in. For the next few minutes, we're going to unlock one of the most fundamental, absolute must-know topics for your RFBT paper. We're talking about the core of every single contract out there.
Now seriously, what if you could walk away from this explainer, like right now, with a rock-solid grip on a topic that is guaranteed to pop up on the LSCPA? I'm talking about an understanding so clear it'll still be there, sharp as ever, years from now when you're actually sitting for the boards.
So, let's do it. Our mission today? To totally break down the #1 essential of any valid contract, consent. We're going to cut through all the legal jargon and turn this whole thing into a legit study hack you can actually use.
Okay, so at its core, a contract is basically a meeting of the minds. It's like a conceptual handshake. Long before anyone signs anything or any money moves, everyone involved has to be on the exact same page. That's the starting point. That's consent.
Now, check this out. This one sentence right here, straight from the Civil Code, it's the entire formula. This is the official definition you gotta know, and we're about to unpack every single part of it. It all boils down to a specific offer, meaning a perfect, spot-on acceptance.
So yeah, the easiest way to remember this is to think of it like a simple formula. Step 1, you've got a definite offer. Step 2, you get an absolute acceptance. And when those two things click together perfectly, boom, consent is perfected. A real, legally binding contract just came to life.
All right, let's break down that first ingredient, the offer. Now, this is super important for the LECPA. You got to know that not just any proposal is going to cut it. The law is really specific here. It can't be some vague idea or just an invitation to talk. It has to be the real deal.
Okay, if there's one word you need to burn into your brain from this whole thing, it's this one: certain. An offer has to be definite, it has to be specific, and it has to be crystal clear. If it's fuzzy or leaves things open to interpretation, it's not a legal offer. It's just talk.
And this slide totally nails the difference. Look on the left, a certain offer. I will sell you my RFBT review book for 500 pesos. See? One specific thing, one specific price. Super clear. But on the right, these are just invitations. Think about it. A for sale sign isn't an offer to sell to you specifically. It's an invitation for you to come and make an offer to buy. That's a game-changing distinction you have to know.
Okay, so you have a certain offer on the table. Now what? Well, now we need the acceptance. And trust me, the rule here is just as strict. There are no ifs, ands, or buts allowed. It's got to be a perfect, mirror image match to the offer.
So, what does absolute actually mean? It means it has to be completely unconditional. No changes. If the offer is to sell a book for 500 pesos, the only valid acceptance is something like, yes, I will buy your book for 500 pesos. It can be said out loud, written down, or even shown through your actions, but it must be an exact match. No wiggle room.
And now we get to a classic exam question. What happens when the acceptance isn't absolute? You know, when someone says, yeah, but. Well, this is where the whole game just resets. This is what we call a counteroffer.
Just look at this breakdown. A simple, absolute yes, I accept, that creates a contract. Done deal. But the second you change even one tiny thing, I'll buy it, but for P450, you've actually rejected and killed the original offer. You didn't accept anything. You just made a brand new offer, and now the ball is totally back in the other person's court.
Okay, so we know we need a certain offer and an absolute acceptance. But the big question is, when? When exactly is the deal sealed? This gets super important when people aren't face-to-face, like with emails or letters. Timing is literally everything, and you need to know the specific rule we follow here in the Philippines.
So here's the bottom line, and you need to remember this. Hitting send on that acceptance email, that doesn't create the contract. Dropping the acceptance letter in the mail? Nope, that doesn't seal the deal either. The contract is only perfected from the exact moment the person who made the offer knows that you've accepted. It's all about their knowledge.
This whole idea is called the Cognition Theory. And honestly, the best way to think about it is like a message with a read receipt. You know, like on Messenger or IG. The contract doesn't exist when your message just says sent or delivered. It only exists when you see that little icon that means they've actually read it. That's the moment of knowledge. That's the Cognition Theory.
Let's run through a quick scenario just to make sure this sticks. Okay, day 1, you mail out your acceptance letter. Day 3, the letter gets delivered to the other person's office. And then on day 4, they finally open it and actually read it.
So, here's the exam question. On which of those days was the contract perfected? Was it day 1,
day 3, or day 4? Think about it. Remember the cognition theory. It's all about that moment of knowledge.
It's day 4. You got it. It wasn't when the letter was sent. It wasn't when it arrived. It was the moment the offerer actually gained knowledge of the acceptance. That's the moment of perfection. Seriously, if you understand this, you have just mastered a huge concept for the boards.
All right, that was a lot, but we've covered the absolute core rules. And to make sure all of this sticks in your head for the exam, I've put everything into one super simple summary slide. This is your ultimate takeaway, your cheat sheet.
Now for real, get your phone out and screenshot this right now. It's simple. Consent? That's a certain offer plus an absolute acceptance. An offer must be certain, acceptance must be absolute. A qualified acceptance? That's a counteroffer, and it kills the original. And when is it all perfected? From the moment of knowledge, thanks to the cognition theory. These are the key points that are going to get you those marks.
And always remember why this stuff matters so much. A contract that's formed the right way isn't just a simple promise between people. It has the force of law. And understanding exactly how it comes into being, well, that's the first step to understanding just how powerful it really is. So we've totally nailed down what it takes to make consent valid. But what happens when that consent is, flawed? What if someone agrees to a deal by mistake or because they were threatened? Well, that's where we get into the really juicy stuff, the vices of consent. But hey, that's a story for next time. For now, you've got the foundation down. Awesome job.